Check 1, 2, 3. All right. For the record, can you say and spell your first and last name?
Coryn Nelson, CorynNelson.
All right. So I guess just start with the basics. What did you come here to do?
I came here to propose my side of the story of defending the mascots of the schools in Oregon. So, yeah.
And go ahead and summarize what you presented.
Just how these mascots aren't offensive and they are honoring the Native Americans of Oregon and maybe possibly outside other states. So, yeah.
And I guess let's start in with why defend them. Why are these important to your schools to hold on to these?
Well, our school is our pride, and we use that name, the Braves, or whatever high school name chooses for their mascot, as their pride and our dignity. It's kind of an honor for us to have that name and that mascot, and by keeping it, it's just keeping our truly and only name. Yeah.
And kind of go further, what would you be losing if you did have to pick a brand new mascot? What do you feel like your school would be losing?
Our pride. We've had that name ever since the school was created, and that name was created. And if we used anything else, it wouldn't be the same, because at the end of the national anthem, we would raise our fist in the air and say Braves really loud. And it's amazing when people all come together and do that. And when you have a different mascot like the Bears, what are you going to do? Yeah.
And you may have said this, so I'm going to make sure I know which high school?
Banks High School.
Banks High School. So let's say the change did go into effect. 2018, you've got the Bears instead of the Braves. Do you feel like you completely lose that connection? Like there's a difference between students who are Braves and students who are Bears?
Probably, yes, because those students that are Bears don't know what went on when we were actually Braves. The Braves were like probably the best in that area where we are right now, and we're really good at football and baseball and soccer and all that different sports teams, and they would miss out on really awesome, chants and symbols from the Braves.
So you're saying it'd be like a break in the heritage,
Well, sort of. They would know that it was Braves, but they wouldn't have the full effect that, oh, we are Braves. This is our pride. This is our dignity. Go Braves. It's more, oh, okay, we're Braves, or Beavers, or Bears. Not the same.
I guess to take a different direction, can you just describe what went on in there? Like how many people were there for one side, how many were there for another? Was it kind of split?
There was, as far as I could tell, a lot of people for not banning the mascots and giving them alternate ideas and how to maybe compromise a little bit. And there was a couple people that were Native Americans that were opposing, this and wanting the mascots to be changed. And that's okay, because you've got those two sides that shouldn't be crossing at roads because they're really passionate on both sides. And I was pretty nervous going up there. Yeah. You're rocking, seeing the board members, and then you've got you being little and small. Yeah.
And you mentioned alternate ideas. What were some of those alternate ideas that were proposed?
Like maybe consulting, the tribes that are in that area of like, well, if this is offensive, what would you say that to make it not offensive? And teaching our students the education of the Native Americans that were here before us and way back when, and how their heritage played in this area that we live in now.
Were any decisions made, or was this just a hearing?
This was just a hearing. It wasn't like a final decision, we're going to change the name, but it kind of felt somewhat one-sided. When they were telling the resolutions for it, it was more like, let's just change the name, and then here's the resolutions for it. I was like, okay, well, I didn't hear any resolutions for keeping the name, but then changing it just a smidgen.
So, there's a big turnout of students from these schools. Do you feel like you were heard in the end?
Yeah.